It's an Xtra Frame Extra. Mike J. Laneside at 2012 International Bowl Expo. I run into the commissioner of the PBA Tour, Tom Clark. An interesting opportunity to get a glimpse at the entire bowling industry under one roof.
Yeah, Bowl Expo is cool. You know, it's really cool. This is my, I think, 7th year that I've been coming to Bowl Expo, and I remember kind of the wonderment the first year, being able to check out all the stuff that I couldn't even believe existed and you learn the inner workings of bowling in a way that, you know, really opens your eyes, and then each year you get deeper and deeper and deeper, and pretty soon run into you. And, and all of a sudden, Xtra Frame's here, and this is a cool idea to do a show from here, and you'll be able to talk to everybody and give the viewers and the Xtra Frame subscribers a chance to learn more about bowling. Because the more you learn about it, actually, the more you love it. You know, and the more you appreciate everything that goes into it. And also, I just got a free Pepsi.
Good news from the official soft drink of bowling. And PBA made news yesterday, had a chance to do a press conference in front of the Bowling Writers Association of America, and taking a look at the 12-13 PBA Tour.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting to be able to finally get the news out there to people, that, you know, a general look at our schedule. You know, we actually made more news this morning at the convention, at the BPAA convention. Steve Johnson, the executive director of the BPAA, and Jeff Reese, our CEO, got up in front of all the proprietors that are here and told them about the U.S. Open. And the big news is that the U.S. Open moves to July next season in conjunction with the Women's U.S. Open. So both will be held together concurrently, and then there'll be television championship from the women's side and then the men's side, and that's kind of a cool development. Working back from that, one of the great developments in our schedule that we released yesterday is that the summer swing next year, which the last few years has been our summer series television shows that I think everybody has enjoyed, but has been more of a, let's say, a silly season event, an all-star type of an event. This coming season, it will actually be a legitimate PBA tournament, open field event that any PBA member can enter, and there'll be 4 PBA titles at stake, and those titles will be seen on ESPN throughout the summer leading up to the U.S. Open. So we kind of have a whole summer swing. Moving back from that, we have a new winter swing that we announced is going to be in Detroit, back at Thunder Bowl. We love Thunder Bowl and everything that it did for us in our first World Series. And we're having a winter swing where 4 titles will be decided in an open field environment. And then working back from there, we have the World Series of Bowling, which is coming up this November. So we have a really full schedule when you look at the World Series, the winter swing, the summer swing, the Masters, the U.S. Open, the PBA Tournament of Champions, and our expanded relationship with the World Bowling Tour, which is going to bring us all over the world, and the greatest bowlers all over the world fighting for PBA titles. It's a 14-month schedule that will eventually become a January to December schedule in 2014. But this year is just packed with stuff. I mean, people talk about there's not enough titles to win. Well, next year there's going to be about 40. So that's not going to be the excuse.
Hey, more breaking news. We have the ESPY nominations out. The last time Xtra Frame fans saw you was during the live PBA Player of the Year announcement, and that argument is going to carry forward with our 3 ESPY nominees. How about that?
I know, that's cool. I just learned that myself. You know, ESPN makes that decision on their own. They don't like to have any influence from anybody, so it's always a complete surprise to us, and I think they made the right choice. I mean, having Belmo, Sean, and Fagan be the 3 guys that are up for the ESPY will be interesting. Obviously, Belmo won that last year, which was kind of controversial because, you know, I mean, he wasn't the Player of the Year last year. So now this year, Sean is the Player of the Year. You know, I don't know. Can we keep that rivalry going? I mean, is that okay?
To me, I think you said it best. It evokes memories of the days when Earl Anthony, Mark Roth, and Marshall Holman were on TV virtually every week.
Yeah, and that relationship was so inspiring for me as a kid growing up, watching the Roth, Anthony, Holman trio go at it, because they were on TV so often, and just they became so familiar with each other, and you could tell that they rose each other's games up, and that's what's happening with Rash, Fagan, and Belmo. And they're and at the same time they're raising the games of everybody in the PBA around the world, and they really do have a rivalry. I mean, they don't like to just, I mean, it's all about winning when these guys face each other in every single scenario, including the ESPYs. So it'll be interesting. I wonder if they'll sit next to each other at the ESPYs.
Will be very interesting. Final question for Tom Clark. Growing into the role of PBA Tour Commissioner, what's your favorite part of the job?
You know, actually, my favorite part of the job is watching bowling. I mean, and I know you wouldn't consider that to be the job, but it's my favorite part. I mean, watching the competition and just never ever getting bored of it. I mean, from the finals all the way back to the first minute of qualifying of a tournament. I've been inspired by our players and the PBA players and the people that have come from all over the world to compete for PBA titles, and watch how they conduct themselves and how they prepare themselves. And sometimes you see things you say, well, that's not so, maybe that isn't the right way to prepare. Maybe this guy has figured something out. And you learn so much about competition, and you learn about what goes into the game today. It's such a cerebral game, and yet such a physical game, and it's such a unique game that everyone plays it differently. There isn't one, a cookie cutout of how a professional bowler should be. So you just see so many exciting moments in the sport. And now the challenge is, and the part that really is probably my favorite part of the job, is to try to convince as many other people that that's what they can see if they come to bowling. Give it a shot. And that's why we do things like the Chris Paul event, which is, of course, is fun to rub elbows with celebrities that love bowling and to get them involved with our game. But that stuff is really meant to bring new audiences to us so that they can see the Belmos and the Rashes of the world and realize, wait a minute, there's a great sport going on here. I'm going to check it out on ESPN and on Xtra Frame.
Well, Tom Clark is going to go rub elbows here at 2012 International Bowl Expo. Tom Clark on an Xtra Frame Extra.